Going over to the Cultural Proud podcast, you have an illegal alien going viral for saying, just give him anything, which is an interesting theme. I believe this is actually recorded in the UK, which many would argue is indistinguishable from the countries that the people are coming from. But nevertheless, this is also credited to End Wokeness, in which, well, he simply quotes the refugee or the illegal. And we'll just play that without too much further ado. It's about 30 seconds long. So without too much further ado, again.
Why should English people pay for you to have a house?
Maybe they give me house, they give me anything I can need, they give me.
Just give it.
Yeah.
Why?
Because people in England is perfect.
Oh, so you think we're all? You think we're all rich people?
No. Politicians have robbed not just us, but people in other countries as well, where the people who actually work the hardest seem to get the very least in life. Well, not all the time, but sure does feel like that way when the United States, especially when you have income tax, sales tax, alcohol tax, tobacco tax, gasoline tax, property tax, telecommunications tax, got pay tolls. Then you also have capital gains tax, short-term capital gains tax, long-term capital gains tax. That was just off the top of my head. There are so many taxes. If we were to actually sit down and calculate how much of every dollar we earn do we get to keep, it would be so depressingly small. There may very well be a type of revolt. Maybe some more people would vote libertarian, but nevertheless, we actually don't do that mathematics, unfortunately, though we should. And we see this theme, and it seems to be going across continents and countries where the people who are, working like hell and paying taxes, well, yeah, they end up not having much. I mean, shoot, someday I'll be able to buy a house, hopefully, before I die. In theory. But let's go to the comment section. Now, one of the first ones comes to us thanks to Gunther Eagleman. He says, quote, "Time to stop funding these people who take my tax money," getting 406 likes, which I agree. But in this case, again, this guy, I believe, is in the UK, which, granted, you could argue they get our free money because we basically protect them for free, much of the European Union, because we spend an increased or a greater amount of our GDP on the military than any other country. And we have the deals of, hey, you guys, get invaded, we'll bail you out. And historically speaking, I think last time a country actually helped us. But nevertheless, you have Gunther Eagleman saying that. You also have Nick Sorter saying, quote, "Nah, go after yourself," getting 377 likes. Paul Zupa says, quote, "Illegals will take it all if you let them," getting 69 likes. Barefoot Pregnant says, "Borders meant something, and so did citizenship," getting 11 likes. True, although these days it seems to actually be more of a worse thing to be a citizen than to not. I mean, in the U.S., if you're here illegally, at least when Biden was in charge, you got free cell phones, you got free room and board, free healthcare in places like California. You also got free income. I mean, shoot, there's a lot of things you get without giving really anything at all. You have voted for this, saying, quote, "Imagine thinking a country owes you a house just because you showed up illegally. This is insanity we're dealing with," getting 243, 49 likes, going up like an NVIDIA stock years ago, not now. You have David Santa Clara saying, quote, "That's literally all of them. They're not here to improve our countries. They're here to exploit them," getting 768. I get 769, 84 likes. Jeez Louise. That's going up really fast. Yes, Western Decline saying, quote, "Suicide empathy is killing Europe." And it's a quote that says, "Europe must walk away from the suicide empathy policy," getting 90 likes. You have Mirthful Moments saying citizenship is not a right. It's a quote from Donald Trump, apparently, saying, quote, "Immigration is a privilege, not a right, and our safety to our citizens must come first without question," unquote. And that got 55 likes. Sarah Rose says, "A plane to get the F out is what you need," getting 243 likes. Bowtire, interesting, says, quote, "Flooding a country with unskilled 60 IQ males. What could go wrong?" 869 likes. Scrolling down more and more. Instead of the infamous painting where a man stands up and says, "Give me freedom," well, you have someone saying, "Give me anything I need, give me." And he's been painted to look like the man, the refugee, getting 274 likes. Scrolling down more and more, you have the undercurrent saying, quote, "I cannot fathom that I would even break in somewhere, then make demands, get applauded. Meanwhile, veterans sleep on sidewalks and taxpayers foot the bill. What a deal," getting 65 likes. Someone has a new noun and says, "Gimmigrant." This is from Hollywood Resistance saying, quote, "Gimmigrant, a person who comes to a different country in order to live there permanently and live there free, claiming all benefits paid by taxpayers and have no intention in working or abiding by the laws of that country." If they don't get their own way, they play the discrimination or race card, getting 49 likes. Let's see, scrolling down more and more. Not seeing too many contrarian comments here. Western Decline also says, and somehow we are considered racist to prefer white Southern African farmers who are willing to work, pay taxes, and not demand everything for free, getting 25 likes. It's also referencing one of the most viral stories past couple weeks where people who were actually having their lives threatened and taken, they came to the U.S., from South Africa, claiming to be refugees, and Trump granted that to them. Florida One says, quote, what he needs is a one-way ticket back to the country he came from, getting 23 likes. So, and again, I think a lot of citizens across the globe feel this way, especially taxpayers. The real question is, will anything really stop what I suspect is the globalists or, the politicians who have sold us out decades ago, both on the left and the right? But let me know your thoughts, because, as always, be fascinated to hear what you have to say. Thank you, everyone, for taking the time to tune in today. Again, try to get to 5,000 subscribers by the end of the month, so you can click that button. I greatly appreciate it. Also, give me a thumbs up, thumbs down, or comment. It's a great way to give me some additional feedback, letting me know how I can make the show better and better. Lastly, don't forget to take time to tell your family, tell your friends, tell your coworkers, heck, tell your enemies, tell anyone and everyone. Just stay safe and fight the good fight.